Hi gang, Rob here. It is the afternoon of 14 March 2020. Coming to you this afternoon with a From the Sharpening Bench knife review of a pretty interesting Benchmade knife. This is Benchmade model number 15061-1901, the Grizzly Ridge. And then that dash number, the 1901, signifies that this is a KnifeWorks exclusive. Now the Grizzly Ridge is an interesting knife, has an interesting lineage. It is based on the Grizzly Creek, which is part of Benchmade's Hunt series. And blade's going to look a lot the same as this, so we can kind of tell you about it. So the Grizzly Creek came with a blade of this shape and this length, 3.5 inches, S30V, recurved drop point. The handle, though, was a steel-lined axis lock handle, and then it had the stabilized wood handles, kind of like diamond wood, you know, that ugly wood. And then it also had a gut hook that flipped out of the spine of the handle. I'll throw a picture up so you can see what that knife looked like. And frankly, I've sharpened quite a few of those, and I've looked at them and I just thought, meh, Benchmade's kind of mailing it in with this Hunt series. And I never paid them much attention. But one of my customers, sharpening customers, sent me this to sharpen, and I just thought I needed to do a video before I sent it home to him. Man, so Benchmade kind of saw the success of that Grizzly Creek knife. I think it might have sold better than they thought, and guys were thinking, boy, that's a great size for EDC, so we'll just make one with a more modern handle and see how they go. So Benchmade released the 15061-2 Grizzly Ridge, which is this same knife, just different colors. It has an orange Grivery inner handle with a gray VersaFlex overmold, which is a soft rubber. Same materials in this KnifeWorks exclusive, but blue and black instead of orange and gray. It looks more like a modern EDC folder, doesn't it? But I don't think that's what it is. And I'll kind of get into that. First, let's go over the particulars. As I said before, the 15061-1901 KnifeWorks Grizzly Ridge comes with a 3.5 inch blade of CPM S30V powdered stainless super steel. It is a limited edition. 1/8 inch blade stock. A little bit of recurve on the drop point. 2 sets of jimping. The aft jimping is extremely sharp and effective. And then the forward jimping, nice for working inside an animal cavity. You know where the tip is. It really is effective, and it's a great place to index your index finger. That blade is backed up by a 4 3/8 inch handle. Extremely efficient blade to handle ratio. The handle is less than an inch longer than the blade. Still plenty of real estate. It is a little bit girthy. It's about 5/8 of an inch thick in handle thickness. Notice how the liners are skeletonized for weight reduction. We're using the deep carry parkerized shorty pocket clip from the Bug Out series. That is a now world famous clip. It is also going to be ambidextrous, as most axis lock knife clips are. The stainless steel liners are revealed and drilled for a lanyard. And your standard old Omega spring axis lock mechanism. And this particular one is a free swinger with 0 blade play. and dead nuts down the middle blade centering. So let's talk about the handle. It is extremely comfortable in the saber grip and secure. It is really comfortable in the overhand pinch grip. Really comfortable in a hammer grip and a draw cut grip and the vertical draw cut grip, and a little hot on the thumb because of the exposed liners in the reverse grip, but it's not a tactical knife. So why not an EDC blade? Why not a very size efficient 3.5 inch bladed EDC? Because of the handle. I'll give the same assessment of this handle that I gave the first generation 560 Freak. This material is too graggy. I'm inventing the word. Graggy. That is a fusion of the words grabby and snaggy. Try getting it in and out of your pocket. I'm just saying. Not fun. It's just not. I'd rather see this knife kind of packaged like a Gerber Gator with no clip and belt sheath. Because this grippy VersaFlex material is just not great going in and out of pocket. That's my only hit on the knife. That's as an EDC knife. However, in its original application as a small to mid-size folding hunting knife, this thing is absolutely perfect. More perfect than the original Grizzly Creek with the wood handles and the gut hook. Here's why I say that. This is a beautiful design for getting wet, bloody, guts laden, and cleaning it out. The outer handle materials are impervious to moisture and staining. The flow-through design makes it easy to flush out with a garden hose. The S30V stainless is going to do plenty well in corrosion protection. And this grippy material, although very bad for going in and out of pocket, is going to be super secure when wielding the knife in dark places where you can't see your hand. And as it gets bloody, it's not going to get slippery. I just love that forward set of jimping. There are guys, and you've heard me say this before on this channel, even for deer or elk, who prefer a knife of this size because they're not splitting breastbones. They're cleaning inside a chest cavity. They're pulling stuff back with one hand, cutting with the other. Very important to know where that tip is so you're not getting cut. You know, even in the dark, your hands know where each other are, right? So you can work both hands blind in a chest cavity in this kind of a grip. And some of my best friends and most accomplished deer hunters really prefer a knife this size or even a little smaller for such a task. And I think this knife will be absolutely wonderful in that application. It's got Benchmade's normal sort of light stonewash over satin finish. I think the blue anodized thumb studs and standoffs set it off. So, you know, if you are going to use this as an EDC knife and a little bit of bling and appearance is important to you, this knife certainly satisfies. It's just pretty sweet. Keep in mind, though, it's gonna be a pocket grabber because of the soft material. Why do I like it better than the original Grizzly Creek? Well, I think the stabilized wood handles are hideous, number one. They just look chintzy. They look like somebody threw a piece of plywood in a router and made a knife handle and then badly stained it. And then the gut hook is just a waste of weight, space, and complication. I have never, ever used or had a desire to use a gut hook on any animal. I don't think they work very well. I've seen guys try to use them and look ridiculous. A sharp knife blade seems to work better in a talented hand. And I don't know, even though that wood is stabilized, I don't know if it's going to hold up to blood and guts and water like this stuff will. So a pretty neat knife. Don't know if these are still in stock at Knife Works. I'm sure they're widely available on the secondary market though. So whether you are a hunter looking for a small folder, or whether you are someone who likes a grippy handle on an EDC knife, this Grizzly Ridge could be for you. That is all for this one, my friends. Grace to you and peace from God our Father and the Lord Jesus Christ. Remember, the Word and this Grizzly Ridge are sharp.